So I've been looking at the questions for the class, and as I've been thinking about what's caused me a lot of great stress and anxiety throughout my life, it's been a lot of loss. Um, since I was very young, I've lost a lot of people to different deaths. Whether it's other people taking somebody else's life, somebody taking their life, natural deaths. I basically have experienced a lot more loss than a lot of other people have. And then within that, the transition between moving around a lot has caused me a great deal of stress. And so I've been able to cope with this through my writing and my poetry and being able to really say how I feel in a way that's very powerful. I do a lot of spoken word and slam poetry, and so it's very important to me to be able to have a platform where I can say what's on my mind and have a place to do so safely with people that are kind of talking about messages that are the same. And then when I think about the biblical principles that assisted in me, I really had to wait on God and be patient. There was a lot of moments of uncertainty and grief and loss and depression and just constant conflict. And I think, just like, where the Bible has countless examples, like Job went through all this suffering and it was endless, and he questioned God a lot. I've been there. I've felt that same suffering as like it'll never end and it never stops. When you start grieving and being able to start processing one loss, then another one happens, you're just like, what the heck is going on? Like, I don't know what to do. And so really waiting on God and questioning God and being okay to question God has really helped me with that. And then through this course, I hope to gain just the ability to understand more about what anxiety looks like, what causes it, and kind of how I can be an example to other to clients and kind of help them work through the different disorders. And then some contributing factors to stress, anxiety, and depression in our culture. I've observed a lot of different things. It really just depends on, your gender, your race. All of those things can be really stressful. As a person of color, the society tells us that we're not important and that we don't have a voice, and that, our identity is that we commit crimes and do all these stereotypical things, right? And so that message and those messages and stereotypes on top of that really lead to how we see ourselves and kind of crush our culture. And then in an overall sense, I think about how society tells us we should work full time and how we don't get paid enough. Like, really, we work 40 hours a week, we don't get paid a lot of money, and then we worry about finances, and it's like, what are we gonna do, right? And so that is stressful. And then I've experienced the panic and depression and phobias, and I am a survivor of depression and cutting, and so I'm 10 years clean, and I've had to work through that. And I think that my thoughts on these experiences now, looking back, is that, like, for some people, that the what some people see as negative ways of coping are really just, I don't even know how to explain it. You people don't understand, like, depression. They don't understand anxiety. They don't understand cutting. They don't understand panic or phobia, because you're just mentally ill and you have a problem, or you're doing it for attention. And so the stigmas, I'm just gonna say stigmas, I don't think stigmatization is a word, of these things is so great that society kind of ignores them. And those are my thoughts.